Thing is recording there. Okay, guys, this is Russ Armstrong. Welcome to our Digital Altitude. Well, now, one thing I'm going to tell you real quick is I'm losing my voice. I still feel like I've been hit by a Mack truck. So bear with me through this webinar. I don't think it's going to be an extremely long one. It's probably not going to be one of our, hour and a half, hour, 2 hour like webinars. It may be closer to that hour, maybe hour and 15 minutes. I got a cool topic to go over. I originally was going to do this as just a question and answer period because I tell you, I thought of this topic like 10 minutes before the webinar started. Okay, so, but I thought, you know what, I'm going to throw this topic out at you guys. I'm going to show you a neat way of marketing and see if you're interested. And if you are, then, you can get more information from me about it. But also, we can do more of an elaborate webinar. I just kind of threw this together real quick from an old system that I used to use, and I'm revamping it myself. So I just wanted to show it to you and see if you guys were what you guys thought of this. But anyway, so let me start my introduction here again. Welcome to the traffic training webinar from Digital Altitude. My name is Russell Armstrong, and I am your presenter tonight. So please, again, bear with me with my voice. But just a little bit about myself. I'm a retired fire officer of 31 years. I've owned 11 successful businesses since the age of 18. And a lot of people think, oh, okay, 18 years old, you owned, like, you mowed a lawn or something. No, I actually owned a full-fledged landscaping company with employees and everything at the age of 18. I was fortunate enough to grow up with entrepreneurs. So they taught me at a young age. I was the youngest in the family, and they taught me at a young age what it's like to be a business owner. So it was pretty cool to an experience to grow up in. Plus, I had a full-fledged career, so I kind of have both sides of the best worlds out there. I loved my job. I loved the fire service, but I also knew what it was like to be an entrepreneur, be a business owner, and to think outside the box. I learned all the stresses that are involved, which I'm sure some of you guys are experiencing. But you know what? With stress comes great joy as well. Once you master something, it works really well for you. So I currently own 4 online businesses, 5 if you include Digital Altitude as an affiliate marketer. I've taught students for over, I got to actually change that slide, it's 34 years. In fact, I think I can change, well, no, I can't. Yeah, I can change that slide. No, I'm going to change it to 34 years. November 1st, I passed my 34-year mark. And I've currently taught over 1,100, let's see, 1,100, and let's see, 1,112 students so far. So 1,112 students and counting in the internet marketing world. And that's just in the past 5 years for teaching this kind of marketing. So a little bit of experience. Hopefully I can share something with you guys and get something across that that you can take and latch onto and run with and get your businesses rolling. So the first thing we always make sure we address is if you want a recording of this webinar. Now, one of the things I'll show you here is that in Digital Altitude, they now have our recordings in the back office. So let me show you this real quick. So if you go into your back office, go to TV, go to training calls, and now they have started loading our webinars back here. So you don't have to ask me for all the past webinars. If you guys are interested in any of the webinars, and these are other webinars that other people have done as well, but if you are interested in any of our webinars, solo ads, tracking programs, etc., we have a ton of webinars in here now, and we are adding them on a regular basis. I'm going to change this to 50 and see if it hits to the bottom. So we don't quite have 50 of them in here yet, but we do have quite a few of them. So in your back office, under TV and under training calls, you will find these webinars here. So there's a vast array of information here, guys. Sometimes I talk to people and they go, well, gosh, where can I get this training? There's just a plethora of information here, so utilize it. Okay, don't try to take on too many different forms of traffic generation at a time, but if you're interested in Facebook marketing, start finding the webinars in here on Facebook. If you're interested in Instagram, etc., just try to narrow down what you want to go into and then start looking at those webinars. Also, highly suggest go to the daily calls. Those are done every day, well, I think just about every day, and you can also hear the recordings. So make sure you make good use of what we excuse me, what we provide for you here. But if you do want a recording, I will have this webinar posted. It takes about a day or two to get it actually posted onto the website, but I can get a recording to you of the current webinar or any past ones, I guess. Just send me an email to rarmstrong@digitalaltitude.co, and I'm going to put that in the chat area and also in the question area, so you guys can just copy and paste it. Send me an email. I'll be more than happy to send you the webinars, you know, past ones or just this one for tonight. So it's rarmstrong@digitalaltitude.co. Please do not email support. I had 2 people the other day email support, even though I told them my email address like 14 times. So please do not email support, because then support emails Mary, excuse me, Mary is our second in command. Then Mary has to email me, and it gets her involved in the loop. And you know, it's real easy. Just email me. I'll send you the stuff. So I've just sent that out in the chat and in the question area. So make sure you copy that down. And real quick, I just want to go over this with you guys as well. All of those of you who raised your hand when it came to what I want to say, the RISE, where you're just RISE members. Obviously, you don't have direct access to a traffic coach like the Ascend, Peak, and Apex members do. We have actually put together I got to find it here. We put together a traffic coaching package. Now these are group calls, but our groups run anywhere from 1 person up to 5 people maximum, and we cover all the same topics, any form of marketing that's out there, from paid traffic to free traffic and so on. We will cover that for you or with you in those group calls. Again, very intimate groups. They're up to 5 people maximum, and I've had several of my people that have I've had several people that have come into these group calls, and they've been the only person. So really, you're literally getting a one-on-one call. I don't promise that, but it can happen. We charge for the group packages. They're 3 one-hour sessions. They are a group traffic package. Again, maximum 5 people, and they're $250 for all 3 hours. Where if you wanted to get one-on-one coaching time with us currently, we charge $500 in the hour. So it would be $1,500 to get the same 3 hours with us as a traffic coach. So it's a heck of a deal. And if you're interested, you can email me. I'd be more than happy to send you the information. Actually, what I'll do here is I will copy this down as well, and I will put this in the question and also in the comment area, and you guys, or the chat area, so you guys can copy that link if you're interested. And what we do is I get the notification that you have purchased it, and then what we do is I look at your time zone that you're in, and I try to assign you to the best coach. So a little bit about that. We have our team. Our team are a group of hand-selected. I picked this team personally. These are hand-selected coaches that I've brought into the Digital Altitude system, and they're very qualified in what they do. They're very talented. They are from all over the world. We have one coach that's out in the Philippines, one in the UK, another one on the East Coast, and I'm over on the West Coast, or west side of the United States. But obviously there's myself. I'm the traffic coach manager. We have Otis and Evelyn Jackson, who are located over on the eastern part of the United States. Together they have 32 years of training experience, both in formal education and corporate America. And they are just a dynamic duo. They are very good at what they do. They've been running an online business since 2010 and very successful with it, enough to where Evelyn was able to leave corporate America and do this full time. The thing that they like the most about it is that, you know, they have time now to spend with their kids. They have teenagers that you know, are track meets and all those kind of things, and that's why most of us do this. That's why us parents do this kind of thing, is we want to get out of that grind of having to work for someone else and not having time for ourselves or our families and so on, and that's definitely an advantage. And so they're a good team to work with. We also have Jay Andrada. Jay Andrada is located out in the Philippines, although you would not know it. He was basically raised here up to his later teenage years here in the U.S. because his mom worked for the UN. But he has been a corporate trainer for many, many years, and he has also had an online business. He was a coach that I had at another program that I was with when I came over here. I brought him over here with me, and he's taught over 630 students so far. He is a phenomenal coach. I think some of you have been on his webinars before. He is just so passionate about training people. It is amazing. He always over delivers. And then I'm sure some of you have been on Vanessa's webinars. She is just our little dynamo. She's the youngest in the group. She's located out in the UK, but she is just phenomenal when it comes to teaching. Again, all of our coaches are very passionate on being able to help people, and she's owned her own business for several years now, and is an excellent coach. So any one of us, you're in good hands when it comes to promoting your business. So I just want to make sure that you guys have that. Again, make sure you copy down my email address, and I can get you more information about the coaching packages. And let me see here. So let's see here. Helen, I'm not sure about the sound. Is everybody else hearing me okay? I mean, I know my voice is terrible, so I apologize for that, but there's not much I can do about that. It was either that or cancel the webinar tonight. So do I still need to get, I'm a send? No, Candy, if you're a send, you will be issued, or you will be sent to a traffic coach as soon as your business coach is done with you. They will then set you up with traffic coach, and so you already have a traffic coach there. Okay, all right, so let's see here. Okay, so people can hear me loud and clear. So Helen, check your speakers. I'm not sure what's going on. Could be your internet connection. Okay, so now I'm going to get this out of the way, and I am going to show you what we are talking about today. Okay, so this is one of my pages here. This is one I kind of play around with. I used it for another program, and I'm revamping it. Excuse me, I'm revamping it over to Digital Altitude. As you can tell, I'm a baby boomer, so I actually go and I market a lot to baby boomers because I kind of speak their language. I walk the talk and I talk I talk the talk and I walk the walk, I guess you would say. I'll be 53 in March, but I'm already retired. 31 years in the fire service. I got to retire at 49. So I understand what it's like working on a fixed income, and that's why I started my online businesses. I started them before I retired because I wanted something that I could jump into or actually just start running full time with. So I gave it my part time, obviously, while I was starting to build my business. And again, I took one business and turned it into really 4, and I guess you would consider 5 if you include Digital Altitude. So, it's out there. It's a lot of hard work, guys. I will tell you that right off the bat. It's not just you go from being brand new, no experience at all, and you're going to be sitting on the beach somewhere and working 1 hour a day with your laptop. Reality check, it doesn't happen that way. You talk to any business owner, whether they're brick and mortar, whether they're online or anything, you got to put your work into it. Okay, you are going to reap what you sow. In other words, you're going to get out of it what you put into it. So you got to put it in order to get started. You got to get your business up and rolling. And so here's a marketing method that I have used in the past, and I am in the process of launching it again for my Digital Altitude as well. And what it is, real quick here, I'm going to lower everybody's hands. Raise your hands of how many people use Facebook, have a Facebook page, have a Facebook, or have thought about using Facebook. Raise your hand. I want to see what kind of percentage we have here. Okay, good. We got like 59, 60, 62% of you. Okay. All right. So so that's people on Facebook. I'm going to lower everybody's hands again. Now raise your hand only if you have a Facebook page. Not a personal page, but an actual like business or fan page if you already have one set up. Raise your hand if you already have one set up. Okay, so about 38% of you. Okay, good. That's good. But the other ones look like they're looking that direction. Okay, so that helps me. I just want to make sure my audience was kind of on the same page as I am. So This is a tool. Has anybody heard of what's called 22 Social? Raise your hand if you've heard of 22 Social. Looks like we got a couple people that have heard of 22 Social. Okay. And those of you that have heard of 22 Social, are you currently using it, or have you just heard about it? Raise your hand if you're actually using 22 Social. 0%. Okay, so those of you that kind of have heard about it or maybe have looked into it, this is all right. Can everybody hear me now? All right, good. All right, sorry I didn't unpress my button there. Sorry about that. So let's see. Let me clear out. Thank you guys for saying that right away. I would have kept going and we would have had a blank audio on that. So, all right, great. Yeah, way to jump on that, guys. Okay, I appreciate that. All right, so this is a product that that Jay Andrada, one of my other coaches, and I created with another product line we were involved in, and we utilized 22 Social. I've been using 22 Social for several years now, and kind of let it slack off. But now I've just decided to renew it, and I'm going to try this with Digital Altitude because it worked very well for us in our other product that we were dealing with. But again, Jay is in the same age range as I am. I think we're only months apart from each other age-wise. And although I'm fortunate, I'm retired and he's not quite yet. So we started, we created a book, an ebook that was, you know, 4 proven steps to secure your comfortable retirement, or to a secure and comfortable retirement. And so we collaborated together, and this is all about, you know, when you get a hold of people, you find people that are in the same field as you are. Collaboration is great. I mean, you know, because other people bring different talents to the table, and if you collaborate, you call what's called joint venturing. You know, you guys can create something. Jay and I did this. We made a small webinar, and if you guys were on my one webinar, it was probably maybe a month ago, and you can ask for the recording if you want. Actually, it's in the back office. I did a webinar on making no-cost webinars, how you can do a no-cost webinar, okay? And it ties right into what I'm showing you here. So what you can do is you can do a webinar, and you can do a webinar utilizing, it's called, gosh, see, this is what happens when you take cold medication. It's Google Plus, utilizing Google Plus and doing a live hangout, not a hangout, but a live hangout, because that's automatically recorded onto YouTube. So they're a little bit raw. I mean, they don't have the video editing and so on available, but you have the availability of doing a webinar. Now, you can invite people to it, or you don't have to invite people to it, but you can still call it a webinar. And so what this feature does, what this product here does, it's called 22 Social. It kind of allows me to build like a website inside of my Facebook page. Okay, so let me repeat that. It lets you build a page or a website within your Facebook page. And the power of this system is just phenomenal compared to when I bought it like 4 years ago. It is a monthly program. I mean, everything's a monthly program. I think they can allow you to buy it for a year. They give you discounts and so on. But, you know, it's a tool to use, all right? It's not for the faint of heart, but it's also not, it doesn't require rocket science to learn how to do it, okay? But what this does, this is one of the best lead generation softwares I have found that works within Facebook. The biggest problem we always have is gaining someone's email address, right? And the second biggest problem we have is gaining someone's real email address, because some savvy people on the internet have learned that if they go and respond to someone's you know, if they go here and they go to no, I want to go to my marketing. If they go to someone and they see a capture page, all right, and they land on that capture page, you can sit there and go, okay, well, great. Yeah, this kind of sounds good, although, you know, this doesn't tell me anything, right? This just says, hey, this is kind of here to tease me. If I want to know more, I've got to put in some sort of an email address, all right? So savvy people realize that I can put in John Doe at hotmail.com. Okay, that's not my email address. I don't even think anybody has an email address like that. Actually, we'll make sure no one has an email address. We'll put 1234 at hotmail.com, and I click on download, and lo and behold, guess what happens? I get to see the video. Okay, so what did I not gain there? All right, what didn't I gain there? When someone put in a fictitious email address, I didn't gain a lead. Exactly, Jason, you're on it. There's no way to follow up with that person, right? I could have the best email follow-up series written, like what you guys used for examples from Jay and so on about engaging with your audience. But if I'm able to just sit there and put in a fake email address, what good did that do me? So now it hurts me with my autoresponder, because my autoresponder says, hey, okay, we'll send out this email, but that email bounces back. It doesn't work. So now it hurts my deliverability rate on my email, my autoresponder. So we want to make sure people are giving us good email addresses. So one of the cool things about this product has what's called a gate. And what you can do on the gate, and you have all sorts of, not only templates, you have all sorts of different things that you can do. So this is the app gate. So the app gate, this is the one we created, okay? And so we're here, we're hooking them, we're telling them, you know, you're one step away from getting the copy, okay? And so they clicked on the link, they came to this page here. Now, this page is not going to show you, this page will look like this with my retiring well headline up above it, okay? But they're not going to see all of this information here, because I'm an admin, I'm the one that sees all of that, okay? So we're telling them they're one step away for the 4 proven steps of securing a comfortable or to a secure and comfortable retirement. Click on the orange button below. So here's the book to tease them with. Here's, you know, what they're supposed to do. I mean, you lead them by the nose. Click the orange button below. Enter your email address and gain free access. Go to your inbox and get your booklet. Okay. So now I still run into the problem. Someone can put in a fake email address. Now I'm telling them if they put in a fake email address, obviously they're not going to get the booklet, right? But watch what happens here. Now this is a gate, okay? So I click on this and I say, gosh, I want to do this. What do I need to do? Now look at this here. All right, let me show you this here. Guess what email address that is? Guess what email address that is? All right, hold on. I want you guys real quick, let me clear out these questions. Write in what you think my email address is. Now, don't just put yours, because obviously it's my email address. You can read it right there. What I want to know is, what email address is it? Lou, you got it. You are the first one to say it. This is my Facebook email address. Okay, so this is definitely a tried and true personal email address, because how many people here have Facebook, obviously, and use your personal email address? It may not be the email address you go and sign up for things or whatever, because it's one you don't want to have to change. It's one you log on to Facebook every single day with, and so on. So it's your most common email address that you're going to use. So what this system does is, because we're in Facebook, if I'm on Facebook here, it'll bring up my Facebook email address. Now, I can change this if I want to, but what it says is connect as Russell Armstrong. It brings up my profile picture here in Facebook. Now, who wants to comment on this? I kind of liked what Jay did the other day by opening up the mic. Raise your hand if you want to comment on this and tell me what you think of this. Raise your hand. All right, so Lou, I need you to unmute your microphone here. Let me unmute yours. Come on. There we go. Lou, what do you think of that? Lou, unmute your mic. Can you hear me? Because we can't hear you. Lou, can you hear me? Okay, so let's see. So someone else, who else wants to comment on that? Come on, don't freeze up on me. All right, Lou says Lou's connected audio. All right, Jason, unmute your mic there. Let me see what you have to say.
Hey, Russell, can you hear me?
I can. Is this Jason? Oop, I may have muted you. Sorry, Jason. Try that again.
Hello, Russell, can you hear me?
Yeah, is that Jason?
Yes.
Okay, what do you think about that?
I think that's awesome. That's a great way to get a real email, and you get the profile pic, so you get to see who you're dealing with on top of it.
Exactly. And you know that is a good, solid email address, okay? Because Facebook has put it up there for me, okay? So the thing about this is an actual app that is approved by Facebook, okay? It works within Facebook. It's a third party, but it is an app approved by Facebook. That's why it will connect you via Facebook. So now I go in here and like I said, I don't even have to put in an email address. Comes up, confirm your email address. It shows my profile picture. Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, I'll confirm. And so from here, this is going to send me over to the page. Okay, so it's making sure that it's putting me into the social relationship manager, and it's going to put me onto the page where there is a webinar. We did a webinar, and it's going to automatically play, and it will replay. Okay, so we recorded it once, and it's forever. It's called an evergreen webinar. So they can come onto it at 3 a.m. They can come onto it at 6 a.m. 12 o'clock noon, it doesn't matter, that webinar plays and it instantly starts to play, okay? So with that, now watch what happens here. I can go into my feature here and I can look at my social relationship manager and look at this here. Let me widen this out. This right here shows me that this person, me, came in on the November 11th, or I'm sorry, November 3rd, at 20:30:58 because it's Pacific time, or no, I'm sorry, that looks like Central time. So I came into this webinar, or I came into this system here. It logged me in. If I want to know about this person, look at this. I can hit this information. This gives me everything about this person.
Nice.
Is that awesome or what? You have information about this person, and it's not private information. It's whatever I share with Facebook, but you see what I'm saying? Now, if I wanted to go over and look at Russell's personal profile, I can. So if I decided, hey, I want to send Russell a private message and say, hey, thanks for joining us on our webinar. Greatly appreciate it. I hope you got some value out of it. Here's my contact information. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me. You know, I mean, I definitely would not do this personal message and say, hey, here's my link, you should buy something. Definitely don't do that. But, you know, get to know them. That's a great way. Get them to come and invite them to like your Facebook page, etc. So you see the power of this, of just this tool alone. Okay. Now the thing about it is, if I decided, you know what, I don't want to have Russell on this. You know, maybe he's a real, excuse the expression, maybe he's a pain in the ass. He's a stalker and he comments really bad comments all the time or whatever. I can turn around and I can disable his access, and he can never access that page again. All with a click of a button. Okay? So I can give him access, I can deny access. All right? And the thing about it too is I can turn around and all of these people, these 42 people on here, I can look at the dates and times they arrived, and then I can actually turn around and I can export them all. So now I could turn around and take these names, these email addresses, and in Facebook I could create a custom audience out of them. I can also set up tracking. So in here, I can go like, have you ever guys ever noticed when you go to, let's say you go to Google and you're searching for something, you're searching for a product, or even you go to Amazon and you're looking for a product, and then all of a sudden on that product, you are, let's see here if it follows me around here, because I was just looking for something the other day. Yeah, I was looking at Camtasia because I was looking at their upgrade. This dang ad keeps following me around. So everywhere I go, this ad kind of, not this specific ad, but Camtasia follows me around. That's called redirecting. Okay, so what it's looking at is that I can go to Google AdWords, Google Analytics for tracking purposes, perfect audience. Usually it's Site Scout and perfect audience that you can go to. I can set up my Facebook conversion pixels in here. All right, I can go to perfect audience. I can go to Site Scout, and what that does, now you pay for those two services, perfect audience and Site Scout, but you with their services, you can attach that campaign ID, and then when someone clicks on something of yours, it follows them around. It keeps putting that product in front of them. So that's almost better than a follow-up email because you know it's going to be in front of them. Okay, so see, there's all sorts of things I can do here. I can look at, if I wanted to run a contest out of these 42 people, so let's say my page actually had, let's see here, let's see, I can see them profiles this way. Let's look at the gate again. If I wanted to, let's see here, I want to go back to my page here. Oh, let me just close this. Okay, so I wanted to, let's say on my app gate, to bring people in. I'm running a contest. All right, so, and I've done these before. I'm running a contest that you know, whatever the contest is. Let's say I'm giving away a Kindle Fire, okay? Or I have a t-shirt company. I'm giving away a free t-shirt and hoodie or something personalized if you want. And so everybody who comes into whatever I'm promoting, they come in, and as a gift, I'm going to give one lucky winner a matching hoodie and t-shirt or a Kindle Fire or something like that. So everybody who comes through this gate, again, they're giving me their information. So I can go here to the CRM and I can look at everybody that came through for the contest. And what's really cool is on contests, how do you pick the winner, right? Because you can't pick it as the first person that came in or the last person or whatever. You want to be random about it, because if anybody ever called you on the carpet for it, you want to be able to say, hey, everybody was picked fair and square. Watch what this will do. I can click on choose a winner, and Brenda just won. It does it for me. It just randomly will pick someone. So Brenda can win. If I decide I want a different winner, I can choose again, and Trella won. And so I can keep picking winners here. All right, and it'll just randomly pick up a winner for me. All right, so you can do contests, you can do all sorts of things with this. Plus, again, you can track them. You can connect your CRM to this. So let's say if you had Get Response, if you had different shopping carts, if you had Infusionsoft, MailChimp, Aweber, etc., you can attach all of these to your system here. So these leads not only would go here, all right, but attaching it, let's say, to my Aweber, this person is going to show up in my Aweber as well. So now they're receiving follow-up emails, but now, again, I can still track them. I can put them into custom audiences with Facebook, etc. So is that pretty cool? I mean, do you guys raise your hand if you kind of like that feature of what the availability is of this tool? I mean, this is pretty awesome on what you can do here. And like I said, they have made huge improvements to this system since I started working with it. But here's what you can do with this. Like with right here, we have our, let's see, this is the app gate. So in the app gate, I can, let's see here. Let me show you. I wonder if I can, let's see here. So in our main gate, we can go in, we have templates. So it'll show you different templates that are available if you're doing a video, etc. So you can see how things can be broken down into templates. Product display, event countdown, just a video, 3 videos, about us, etc. So they have many different templates you can choose from. For giveaways, they have templates for giveaways. They have templates for sweepstakes. They have templates for Hangouts. Again, if you watch that other video that I did on doing, low budget webinars and training videos, you can set up Google Hangouts as well. And so it'll tell people, it has countdowns and so on as to when the webinar is going to start. You can do podcasts. I don't know if anybody here does podcasts, but you can actually do podcasts. You could do a webinar, a Hangout, to where I'm on Google Plus, I'm on a live Hangout doing the webinar, and I can have all of my 32,000 people following me on Facebook. They could literally be watching the webinar on Facebook. So they're watching the live webinar on Facebook while I'm presenting it on a live Google Hangout. And it's being recorded. So then once the webinar is done, now the webinar becomes an evergreen webinar. Does that make sense? All right. A digital course, I can set up an e-course on here. So if I had, I wanted to show someone, well, let's take my webinars that I did, the 3-part series on Facebook marketing. I could break that down and show you, do a course on here. So here's a course on Facebook marketing. Here's webinar number 1, webinar number 2, webinar number 3, or I could break them down even further. But you see the power in this? For you, and then you have a custom blank one. You can add in whatever you want to here. All right, whatever kind of components you want to add in here. All right, and so there's a lot of power to this. Then they have the different layouts, and in the layouts, here's how you can set up different layouts for comments and so on. And I don't know if you guys can see that okay, but you can see different areas that you can do comments. If you had a brick and mortar business, you can do a map. If you were doing a live event, you could do a map for the live event. Lots of things you can do here. Okay, so there's different versions that you can have, and I mean they have just numerous templates available to you. In the style, I can pick out here, and they have little tutorials and so on. You can see a style preview, but I can base my header fonts, my body font, if I want the font color white or black, my different colors here for textures and background images and so on, my button colors, I can select those, and then I can do a preview of what that looks like without making all those changes and then going, oh my gosh, it looks terrible. I can look at different themes. So there's just a massive amount of information that you can utilize here for you to be able to use. Okay, so I mean, is this guy's got you kind of your brains thinking a little bit of what some of the different things you could do with this, what would be available to you. And the nice thing about it, it's not that expensive, not nearly as expensive as some of the other stuff out there, and you're not having to have the domain, the website, everything like that. This is all within your Facebook as well. Okay. So it's pretty amazing what you can do. Content, you can edit your content. So here it breaks everything down. I can go in here, I can edit my header text. Pretty simple to do. Check your email inbox. I can preview what it looks like. All right. I can set up my the share pages and so on. Let's see what else I have. All right. So then I have my main text for my main featured area, so I can do my text, and it's kind of a what you see is what you get, so you can see what things look like and how you set them up and so on. All right, and again, you can preview them. And then media, the media is amazing, because in the media I can do a YouTube video, I can do a Vimeo video, I can do a video gallery, I can do a Facebook video, Google Drive, Wistia, which is one we use, TasteMade, Blab IM. These are areas that you can do videos. Photos, I can do a single image, a Facebook album, or an Imgur album, which is another online album, kind of like the way Facebook works. I can do audio. I can do talk radio, Stitch feed, Stitcher, episode, SoundCloud, etc. So if you did anything like that, you're just putting the link in here, and it sets it up for you. Social, you have the Facebook posts, visitor faces, Facebook like plugin, Facebook Messenger events, etc. So there's lots of things: live streaming, Hangouts, live stream, Praise TV, and then there's even more. You can add in Google presentations, like a Google presentation is like a slideshow. I mean, it's like a PowerPoint presentation. Google Forms, so if there's a form, Google Maps, countdown timers, interactive text responses, Jot form, and even of 11. That's a new one, of 11 Media. I don't know even what that one's about. But the cool thing about it is this is just media one. I can set up more media on here, up to 5 different media sources on the same page. Okay, and then again, you just look at it and preview. Okay, and we have our setup that it's automatically starting, so we can do that. Buttons, I can set up to 4 action buttons on here. Now this one was set up because they were seminars. They were a live workshop. Some of you may recognize the name there, but they were a live workshop, and so they were in different parts of the world. So people could go into these action buttons and sign up for different parts of the world. But you could do the same thing if Digital Altitude had an event going. Or again, you can do it as, these are buttons for them to look further. They can go to the video sales letter. They can go, so you could almost use this like a bridge page, which is like what Vanessa talked about. So think about it. You have a gate, all right? So you have the gate that they came in on. All right, they gave you, they were interested, you had something to offer them, they were interested, they clicked on that, they gave you their information, and then they end up on the page, and from the main content page, you could have what we would call a bridge video, or maybe a bridge slideshow, or something like that. If you don't want to actually be on video, you could do it as a Google form or a Google presentation, so you could do it like a PowerPoint presentation with your voice. You can even go to Fiverr and hire someone to do the voiceover for you if you wanted to. And then the call to action buttons, you could have it as, to look further into this. That would take them to the video sales letter. Or maybe you could have 2 buttons, order right away. Take this limited time offer and get into it right now. You could do a bonus. As you guys learn things, you got to realize there are people that know less than you do. So as you learn things, you could turn around and you could have a bonus feature for them. So, sign up right now and I'll give you a free 30-minute business consultation and, discuss with you online marketing, or discuss with you setting up a business or something like that. It's amazing what you can do and what will persuade people. These are great spots to put in bonuses as well. But see what I'm saying? And all we did, let me show you a little bit about this here. This was Jay and myself. Let me just, all right, so we both were talking on this webinar, and all it was a slideshow. Okay, it was a presentation, and he and I were talking. And so we were talking through this presentation, and again, it's based on retirement, so our imagery was real important. Not enjoying retirement, delaying retirement because people are scared and you go onto a fixed income and so on. So you see what I'm saying is we built this presentation. It wasn't that hard to build. Pulled some images, put some slides together, and the whole webinar was 31 minutes long. Okay, so 31 minutes long. And we just did some research, we put it together, and we made a video out of it. We turned it into a webinar, which I think we only had maybe 25 people attend, but it didn't matter because what we were looking at is we wanted it recorded. So once it was recorded, now we can show this webinar. Well, see, this webinar, just to give you guys an idea, this webinar was done over a year and a half ago, and it still is an active webinar. Okay? So you understand what an evergreen webinar is. Uh, that is how the power of automation. Okay, you struggle through the webinar the first time, but it's just like all of you guys watching our recorded webinars. They were a live webinar, and now you're watching the recording, and you're still getting the information. And just the difference between our webinars is there's not a call to action button down at the bottom for you to do something. You see what I'm saying? So let's see here. So let's look at some of these questions here. Makes it easier for someone just to click and confirm. And that is true, Lou. It is much easier for someone on the app gate to just click and click on that button and confirm. Okay. So I want to, yes, I want to leave the page. It's asking me that because it looked like I had made changes. So I'm going to go back over here to the app gate, and as soon as it comes up, it's grinding slow. Okay, and so it's much easier for me to just hit confirm. Oh yeah, that's my email. Click, because they don't think twice about it that, oh no, I want to use this other fake email address. And the thing about it is, I don't know if it's going to accept it. I don't know what would happen. I haven't tried that. Let's put John Doe. Let's put John Doe at Hotmail. Let's see if we can confirm. All right, let's see if John Doe shows up. Looks like it did. But see this? Look. Hold on a second. Let me get rid of this. Let me shut this off. Let me look here. All right, now look. What didn't show up here? John Doe's information didn't show up because John Doe's not on Facebook. So here, yeah, no, see, it doesn't even show up. So right there, that weeds out the bad email addresses. So even if someone went and did that, they put in a fictitious email address, well, you weren't going to make contact with them anyway, but the system didn't accept it, which means the system didn't send it to your autoresponder, and they still got to go and see the page, okay, because we still want to put it in front of them that hopefully they'll buy, and if they buy, then they're going to use their real email address, but the system didn't allow it to go into my my social relationship manager. They don't show up here. All right. Now, how cool is that? And I just figured that out. That's the first time I've ever actually put in something. All right. How did you get the banner ads connected to How do we get banner ads connected to DA? I'm not sure, Roman, what you're talking about. Okay. Let's see. Okay. All right, Lou, no problem. All right. So let me just try to go through some of this. Okay. All right. Okay, so cool. So you guys, I think, are seeing the power of this. Anybody else want to kind of talk in, chime in on this? Pamela, you had your hand written up there. So Pamela, you want to chime in on this? I'll unmute you, Pamela. Yes, no, maybe? Unmute yourself. She had her hand up. Pamela, are you there? All right, raise your hand again if you want to chime in on this and tell me what you think of it. Raise your hand. Okay, I got Jason on here. Jason is he likes talking on these webinars. All right.
I really do. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome. I think it's a great way to get engagement, and I think it gives you real leads, which is what the whole point is. So.
Exactly. Now, again, this is a tool if you are looking at social media, if you're looking at Facebook, but it's just one of those. What you're going to see in a lot of things, things that we teach you and so on, there's a lot of tools that'll help you with your job. It's just you got to weed out what tool is going to work for me and what tool isn't. If you're not a Facebook person, if you're not someone that is consistently on Facebook, even on a personal level, consistently on Facebook, usually I don't steer people to Facebook. Even though people say, oh, well, I can learn how to do Facebook, because I have a Facebook account, but I never get on it. or I only stalk people on it. I don't actually like, comment, or share. I usually then tell people Facebook is probably not the direction for you, because Facebook is something, as you guys will know in your pages with Facebook, is it is something that excuse me, there's my buddies in Vegas out enjoying the good life. They're my firefighting buddies. They're out at a car show. Let's see here. Facebook is oh no, that's not what I wanted. I wanted the other. Let's go with D here. Facebook is something that you need to be posting regularly. Okay. Now, sometimes you'll see where I promote my T-shirts and so on, because again, I have like 14 different Facebook pages, so I intermix some pages with others. But Facebook is something you want to be posting regularly. We do 3 to 4, sometimes 5 posts per day in our Facebook. And I say we because I really mean my assistant. She does the majority of these posts for me. But just because of all the coaching and stuff that I do. But Facebook is something that you know, in order to build an audience like that, you got to work your tail off to do it. And you got to stay engaged with your audience to do it, okay? So you definitely need to, because I have 32,358 people, but when I make a post, not all those people see my post. Facebook is based on interaction. So the people that like, comment, and share are the people that see your posts. So if you're not engaged with your audience, if you are not communicating with your audience on a regular basis, then they're not going to engage with you. Okay. So, you know, again, the power in what you can do here, especially when it comes to, let's see, we're in the main gate, in the CRM, the tracking capabilities and so on, utilizing the tools inside of Facebook and utilizing the tools in here, I can take all these people, just even though there's only 42 people. Here's another thing I can do. I can take these 42 people and I can export them all. Okay, so all it's going to do is export them in a CSV file. I can then go to, let's see here, I can go to Facebook. Let's see here. I can go to my business page here, my business manager, and I want to go to my audience insights, and I can turn around and I can, let's see, no, I want to, yeah, custom audience. Okay, so I can turn around and I can go with, I want to create a new custom audience. Oh, no, I'm in the wrong place. Hold on a second here. I need to go to my Power Editor. All right, so in my Power Editor, I want to build a custom audience. So let's see, remember, I downloaded 42 people on Facebook, right? So I want to go here to, where's my audiences? Where's my audiences? Okay, overview, export, import. See, now you guys got me on the spot here. Okay, let me try my ads manager. This is what cold formulas will do to you. It does not do you good here. All right, so I want to do a, come on, where is my custom audiences? Ads manager. Campaign, all campaigns. Okay, boy, this makes me look like a fool, doesn't it? Here I say I'm a Facebook person. Insight, custom conversions, measure reports, audiences. Okay, I'm sorry, I needed to go to assets. All right, so I want to create a custom audience. So I want to create a custom audience. And what it's asking me is, you know, where do I want to create this custom audience from? I can create it from a file. Okay, so I can choose a file or copy and paste the data. So here is my file. I drop it into here, and I then, let's see here, I click on next. And so it has all these people's names, all right? So it'll have information, you know, basically it's verifying what kind of data do they have. And look at all the information that is available, because again, it came from Facebook, And so I want to upload and create. And so let's see here, first name, so identities won't be uploaded. Okay, great, no problem. So we'll upload this, and now I've got a custom audience that I am creating. Okay, so again, it's not ready. So what Facebook's doing is they're taking that downloaded file, and you can do this actually, guys. If raise your hand if you have an autoresponder. Let's say you have an autoresponder with at least 100 people on it. So raise your hand if you have an autoresponder with at least 100 people on it. And if you wanted to go into Facebook and you wanted to advertise on Facebook, you could turn around and download that list of email addresses out of your autoresponder, go here to Facebook, click on Custom Audience, and upload that file of 100 people to Facebook. Now what Facebook's going to do is Facebook is going to double check all of those email addresses, make sure they're valid email addresses, but what they're looking for, because again, Facebook can only deal inside of Facebook, they're comparing those email addresses to people on Facebook. All right. Now, statistics show that 50% of all people use the same email address for everything that's important to them, like social media accounts and so on. So if they happen to use their same email addresses that they do with Facebook when they opted into your autoresponder, then Facebook will put them in as a custom audience. But what I can do at that point is with this audience here, I can turn around and I can tell Facebook, all right, now this was only 41 people, okay? But let's take, for example, you guys took and entered 100 of your people into Facebook's custom audience, okay? And, you would label them like, online marketing, whatever. You can go here to Facebook and you can tell Facebook, I want you to create a lookalike audience. So what Facebook's going to do is Facebook is going to take 1% of all the people on Facebook. Now, how many of them are there? 1.5 billion people. So they're going to take 1% of all of those people, just 1%, compare it to your lookalike, or compare it to your original audience, and they're going to look at everything data-wise they can. They've got like a supercomputer that figures this stuff out. Where do they live? What are their demographics? What are their geographics? What do they buy? Things like that. Any of the data that Facebook has, they're going to compare it against all of your list. And they're going to find 1% of the population on Facebook and create you a lookalike audience. So on average, when I do that for like my t-shirt sales, and this works phenomenal for that, because if I've got buyers, why wouldn't I want to find more buyers? Why would I just want to find people who liked the image or who were thinking about the shirt? I want to find people that are buyers. Same with you guys. If you make a custom audience list out of your buyers, now you're finding people who are willing to buy. So you can take, let's say, 100 people and turn it into about 1.5 million people. And if you can't find an audience out of that, someone who's willing to buy, then something's definitely broken there. You're not getting it. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys as to what you can possibly do with Facebook? I mean, you guys got to realize I am incredibly passionate about Facebook. It's where I live. I mean, I literally live. It's where my other businesses are run very heavily in, and so on. It can be as frustrating as all heck, but it also can be one of the most powerful tools you'll ever come across. Facebook has the best analytics of anything. Facebook has the best in audiences, and I know we've gone over audience insights and so on. Facebook has the best audience insight to break down audiences. What are their likes? What pages do they like? You can put in age ranges. You can put in, did they go to college? Do they have high school diplomas? Do they have children? How old are their children? Are they single? Are they married? Are they engaged? Are they with a significant other? You can break down your audience so much inside of Facebook compared to any other advertising platform out there. And when people sit there and say, oh, well, you can't market on Facebook, they're full of horse you-know-what, because they just are too lazy to figure out Facebook. Okay, so a couple questions here. Looks like Jocelyn, Does DEA have materials for me to post if I take benefit of this? Well, think about it. You could turn around, and I'm trying to think of how you guys could utilize this. So the one thing that we can't do yet, and I have not seen it available with Digital Altitude, is like being able to strip this video out into being able to use, because you could take like this video and put it into that, or you could make a slideshow. You could take, let's say, information here off of the video sales letter. You could take information off of this, put it into a slideshow. Let me get back to the right page. No, right page. You could put that into a slideshow, and so that would be your quick presentation. Basically, you're kind of giving them that video sales letter with your voice behind it, okay? And then you can then send them in the action button over to the sales page. You could record your own video. There are a lot of people doing their own bridge videos. They don't have to be long at all, okay? There are people that do these app gates where they'll do a video. I've done several of these, where the app gate itself is a video. It's a short little video, 1 minute video. Usually when I'm doing that, if I'm going to be doing a webinar, I'll have a video here to pump up excitement about the video and so on. And, you know, I'm telling people, click on the action button below. But really, Jocelyn, your imagination can run wild with you. Now, if you're someone using the OSP system, which is the Online Sales Pro, you can actually find their sales video on YouTube. So you could download the YouTube video and you could put that here in the main gate if you wanted to, and just make this page into the video sales letter. Okay, and then when they click on the action button, they're actually going to go to this page. They'll just go to the order form. Okay, so you could do stuff like that. You can be very creative on how that works. So hopefully, Jocelyn, Jocelyn, are you? Let's see here. Let me find you here, Jocelyn. Jocelyn, are you willing to speak online here? I'm going to unmute you. We'll see if we're willing to speak online. Jocelyn, are you there? Miss Mendoza? I may have scared her off. She doesn't want to speak online. Oh, what, are you there?
I'm here.
How are you doing?
I'm good. It's my very first time to.
All right, well, cool. Now you're on a webinar. So see, now you're a rock star.
I signed up at STEM.
Very good, very good. All right, so you see, there's definite power, and it really is not rocket science. You can create some things. You could go to Fiverr and have someone else create something for you that you can install there. Okay, because again, you can utilize YouTube. If I want to make this, I don't have to have the big expensive. What do I want to say? I don't have to have the big expensive. Wistia and so on, and pay for the big expensive video things. I can literally sit here and connect this to one of my YouTube videos. All right, and YouTube is free, right? So you can make a video, you could have someone else make you a video, and you could upload it to YouTube. There's just all sorts of things you can do, and you can be very creative. You could joint venture with someone. So what you do, Jocelyn, is whoever your sponsor is, talk to your sponsor. Show them about this, and say, hey, would you be willing, let's do a webinar together. Just a real short little webinar, and then maybe part of the webinar is just showing Michael's video. You see what I'm saying? You could have a video with you guys talking, have a little bit of a slideshow, and then just show them Michael's video. Okay? And so let Michael do most of the talking and so on. But see, you could collaborate with someone that maybe if you don't have certain skills, someone else can bring those to the table for you, and you guys can collaborate because it helps them and it helps you. You see what I'm saying? So this is, these are things that you can do. This is how it works in the internet marketing world. Okay? This is how people launch products, because they know other people and they know they can get that product out there. So hopefully you got something out of this, Jocelyn, that it's, it's another tool you can use. It's not very hard to do, and one of the coolest things about oops, let me shut that off. Sorry about that. Another thing about with 22 Social, and these guys, I've met them in person. They're down in San Diego. Their help, they have weekly hangouts, so they have weekly hangouts that they teach you aspects, how to bring in leads and so on. They have Facebook groups, and they have all sorts of different help areas that you can go to get information here. Okay. So they have everything available for you, and it's really nice how they've set this up. And like I said, they've made huge advancements since when they first started. They were kind of small and growing and so on. Okay, so I'm going to mute you, or you. It looks like you're muted already, Jocelyn. So anybody else have a comment? Raise your hand if you have a comment that you wanna make here. We're just over an hour here. I'm starting to run out of things to say. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I'll have you go on air here. Jocelyn, you had a question?
Yeah, is 22 Social good for business pages only?
Yes, you have to have a business or a fan page. So and business and fan pages are real easy to make. You can watch my video in the back office, or I can send you the recording. Send me an email, and I'll send you the video on making a business page or a fan page. They're simple to do. They're very, very simple to do. So my video kind of walk you through how to make one. All right. So, but yes, they have to tie into. They can't work off of a personal page. They have to work off of business or a fan page. Okay. Anybody else have a question out there? Anybody else? Raise your hand if you got a question here. All right, Jason, go ahead.
I like the contest winner aspect of the 22 Social, and I was just wondering, how do you actually put a contest together, though?
Well, to put together a contest, I think even here in their help, let's see here, Hangouts. Let's see, where was that at? Support center. I think it's in the support center. They actually have some training on how to create a contest in their resources. But you can also go in. I mean, if you belong to them, you can go into their Facebook page and so on. And they have, because I know they've done webinars on setting up a contest. But a contest is not that hard. You just got to figure out, what are you giving away. And the first contest I ever ran, I gave away a Kindle Fire for my contest. And at first people think, wow, that's, because back then they were like $200 or $198. And I'm like, gosh, that's a lot of money to spend to give away. And I mean, I was kind of struggling as a marketer and so on. But how come I was giving it away? It's because I won one. So it was brand new in the box. And what you do, if you're running contests, the one thing I will tell you to do is that if you have a contest going and you're giving away a physical product, you always want to set it up that you're giving away the physical product or money in kind. You have to, because for me to take a Kindle Fire and send it to someone in India, it would cost me just as much to send it to India as it was to buy the Kindle Fire. Okay, so that's not cost effective. So you'll do, what you do is, and most people will opt for the money. So if I was going to buy one, for $200, or I'll give you equivalent in cash, U.S. wise, then if they said, if they were overseas and they said, well, gosh, I'll take the cash. Okay, great. Then I'll just PayPal them the money. Okay, you see what I'm saying? But you got to be careful what you give away. Sometimes as a beginning marketer, all you can give away is your time. So you give away a business consult. You give away 1 hour of coaching. And again, you most likely are going to know more than they do. I used to be scared to death about giving. Usually I used to run Christmas bonuses, and the first time I did it, I gave away time. I was doing a big push of a product, and I was giving away 3 hours of one-on-one coaching. All right, and this is before I really established myself as a coach. So I'm giving away 3 hours of one-on-one coaching. This is when I worked full-time. I was scared to death, because if I sold to 100 people, if I sold to 100 people and all 100 people took all 3 hours, that's 300 extra. extra hours that I got to put in, right? And that scared me. And my mentor at that time said, Russ, most people will take the perceived value and never use it. So think of the 80-20 rule. If I sell it to 100 people, 3 hours of coaching each, and 20% of them take me up on the first hour, okay, that's only, if I had 100 people, that's only 20 hours I'm giving away, right? Now, what he said then, because I said, okay, well then, if 20% of them, that's 20 people times 3 hours. He goes, no, 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 think about it. 20% of them take you up on the first hour. Then 20% of them will take you up on the second hour, and 20% of them will take you up on the third hour.
Right.
So, you're in it less than 60 hours. You see what I'm saying? And that's how human nature works. People, and I know you guys have done it. I know I certainly have done it. I have bought a program. Now, I could have gone to 3 different people and bought the program, but I'm like, I'm going to go to Jason because Jason is giving me not only the program, which everybody's charging me the same price, but I'm getting an extra $300 worth of value going through Jason if I buy the program from him. Why wouldn't I buy it from Jason?
No
Even
brainer.
though I may not turn around and use that $300 worth of value. But it's the perception. Why not buy? We do it. It's human nature. I mean, there are times we buy things on coupons, but if you really did the math, you didn't save that much. Because maybe you drove across town to go to that store to use that coupon, and you bought a product that you normally don't buy, but because it was on sale and you had a coupon, you bought it. But if you did the math, really, you really didn't save money. But it's the perceived value of it. I had a buddy in the fire department who used to buy batteries from Ace Hardware all the time because they would have, buy a set of batteries and put in a mail-in rebate, and he was buying the batteries for like a penny. But it took like 8 weeks to get the rebate, okay? And usually the batteries they were selling were their old shelf life batteries that they knew weren't going to last very long. They were just trying to get them off the shelf. But he spent the money up front and waited 8 weeks to get the refund. And really, I know he didn't track it, so really, did he actually get the full refund that he was supposed to get? Because 8 weeks later, you forget what you even did. I forget what I did a week ago, let alone 8 weeks ago. You see what I'm saying? It's perceived value. And so if you don't have something physical to give away some of your time. If you know how to create a page, you could yourself learn how to do 22 Social, turn around and get other people excited about it, sell 22 Social to them, because again, you become an affiliate of it, sell 22 Social to them, you end up, now they have what's called a referral program, so you really don't make money from them, but the way it works is you pay per month for 22 Social. But if you refer people and they join up, if you get at least 3 active people, your month is free. So you don't get money from them, but you're not spending money anymore. You see what I'm saying? So you could sit there literally and show people as a bonus how to work with this. You give them 1 hour of training on 22 Social. And all you've done is you've gone and watched the videos and really learned how to use it, and now you're giving one person, an hour's worth of training on it. And that's a gift that you're giving. You can go, I've talked about them before on other emails or on other webinars, is you could go and have people, what was I going to say? I drew a complete blank. I read a question that someone had posted, and that just completely drew me off. Like the bunny rabbit left the room. You could go and have people. All right, I'm gonna come back to that. I completely lost my thought on what I was talking about. But it's getting people to take action, and this is just one of those other platforms you can do without having to have a domain, without having to have a website, without having to have anything. And the cool thing about this is, see, this is what this page looks like. Okay, so I have it tied to one of my companies. So when I publish this link right here, the www.22s.com AE Publishing, all right, that's a link I can use for advertising inside of Facebook. Facebook loves it because they know it's tied to Facebook. So my ads get approved right away as well. So see, there's lots of benefits to it if you use the tools properly, okay? I can share this on right immediately on one of my Facebook pages. So if I click share, I can share this link instantly onto one of my pages or all of my pages if I wanted to, okay? So you see what I'm saying? There's lots of things you can do, plus it's mobile friendly. So you can put on there anything that you do here, people can see it clearly on their mobile application as well. All right, you can do the barcodes or the QR codes. You can share what's called a smart link. You can manage admins. Okay, so what our ad agency does is, like, if someone has this, they can go in and add us as an admin, so we can utilize their 22 social on their pages. We can build them or do whatever we need to with them. I can duplicate an app, so if I've got one already created and it works really well, but I need to make another one and I'm going to change a couple little features, I can just click on duplicate the app and I don't have to rebuild the whole entire thing again, which is really cool. All right, so it saves you a lot of time in there as well. So there's lots of different things that you can do. So let me see if anybody else has any questions here. Let's see here. How do we get people to click like on Facebook? Well, again, if they're on our page, you can, in your instructions here or wherever you want to, tell people also, you know, hey, like our page. Okay, so they're already there. You just tell them to like your page. So that's the easiest way, is tell people to do it. You'll see a lot of YouTube videos that I've done, not these webinars, but other videos. I'll tell people, hey, if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. If you want to connect with me, go to my Facebook. And so I'll have those links available for them to do it. Tell people what to do and they'll do it. You just got to tell them what to do. All right. Is there a step-by-step training webinar on efficiently creating your Facebook page? I believe my webinar is pretty, I think it's pretty detailed. So Oscar, just go to the Facebook 3-part series webinar, and it's part 1, and I think I go into pretty good detail on how to create that Facebook page. It's pretty easy. I mean, you can build a page in 5 minutes. It's adding the content that you got to add content, but that webinar goes through the content you need to have on there and how to engage with your audience and so on. So take a look or email me. I'll be more than happy to send you that video, and you can take a look. And if you have any questions, just email me. Let's see here. Is 22 social good for business pages only? Yes. Again, business or fan pages is what they work with. Or company pages or whatever. It just won't work on a personal profile. Learning the methods. Okay, so let's see. Are you able to use the links in DA back office for this on Facebook? Yes. Again, I can send people. This doesn't have to be a video. So you know how we tell you it's really hard if you took the Digital Altitude link, okay, your capture page link, this link right here, this link right here. Okay, if I took this capture page link, I can post it on my Facebook page, but if I tried to do an ad with this link right here, Facebook will most likely reject my ad because, one, it's an affiliate link, and they don't like affiliate links. But I could take the link, let's say to the video sales letter, and I could go back in here to 22 Social, and I could create a capture page with my gate, all right, my app gate. I could create a capture page, and then I could create the main body. And if I didn't have a video to put here, if I just had maybe some slides to show people, or if I just wanted text, I just wanted text only, I could then kind of use this as a bridge page, which is what Vanessa went over last week. I could use this as a bridge page when they click on that call to action button, and now they end up here. So they end up at the sales page. So then we let the sales page work. I guarantee you, if you're using this link here, okay, in my Facebook ad to drive people to this page, which again, remember, it's a capture page because it's capturing their information. It's showing them a bridge page, so it's introducing them kind of to Digital Altitude. They click on the action button and they go to the video of Digital Altitude. I guarantee you Facebook will approve that ad. Okay? Guarantee it. Where if you just try to send them straight to the capture page of Digital Altitude, you most likely will not get it approved. All right, so let's see here. Let's see, just create the button on my Facebook business page, and just started promoting the button yesterday for $25 a day. So far, just seen 20 clicks, no leads, promoting that link on. All right, so what link, Isaac, do you have a, oh, Isaac, you're on a phone. Can I unmute you for a second, Isaac, and give me a better explanation of what you're talking about here?
Yeah, I just completed. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I had just. Let me see. There is a link there on the Facebook page that says that has contact us right underneath that cover photo, and I was wondering, like, why is it that since I got Facebook to promote this for $25 a day, I've just gotten 20 links, but no leads.
Okay, so it just depends on, so what, when they click on that contact us, where are they going?
Well, it has the place for them to put their email in.
So they're going over here to, let me clear out some of these here. Are they going here to Digital Altitude? They're ending up on the capture page?
Yes.
Okay, then the capture page isn't connecting with them. So it just means utilizing a different capture page. Now one of the things here, okay, so let's see, wrong page. Here, you're talking about this button right here, right? Underneath the cover image, this button here?
Yes.
Okay, so see, like mine has watch video. Right now I have it deactivated because, again, it's not the link I have it going to. I need to update that link. But I can test this button and see where this takes me is to the retiring well page, and it takes me to this this system. Now, the reason the video starts right away is because I've already come through the app gate. If I had not been through this app gate, or if I had been someone else on Facebook, it would take me to this app gate first for me to then see further. So this is where this feature could help you, is you could put on here, again, watch video, and so you could utilize something like 22 Social. One, you're gathering their information, but you're gathering their Facebook information, which is more valuable than anything else because it's real information. They then go over to the 22 Social page, and they're looking at the let's see, we're at the main gate. They're either looking at a video you've done, they're looking at just a written page, they're looking at a slideshow, whatever you want to put here, and it doesn't have to be long. This was a webinar, so it's 31 minutes long. It doesn't have to be long, but they come over here, they see this, they're interested, so this becomes, I think we discussed this the other day, this becomes your bridge page, okay, to lead them to Digital Altitude. They then click on the button, and all of a sudden they're on the Digital Altitude. So see, they've already registered, or they've already opted in. They're in your autoresponder. They're on the 22 Social platform that you could then turn into a custom audience for advertising on Facebook. And now they've opted in, and now you're showing them the product. So you see how that can work?
Yes.
And you know, because sometimes this doesn't catch people. It depends on who your audience, what's the audience you approach. You got to realize, and this is why we're creating more funnels as well. They're supposed to be coming up with 6 new funnels. They just haven't launched them yet. But there's a lot of people. Now, there are 2 pages that alter back and forth with these. All right, so there's this page here, and then there is this page here. Okay, so there's 2 different pages actually in your capture page, but a lot of people have seen it, and that's why more and more people are using their own. They're either building their own pages, their own capture pages, they're using third parties, And this would, if you don't have the software to build your own, etc., this is a tool that you could start using, and you could edit them and build them right there. Plus, again, you're collecting Facebook emails versus someone just putting in a fictitious email. That makes sense. And even if someone does put in a fictitious email, they're still getting to see the content, and hopefully we can still get them to sign up, but they're not going to clog up your system because they don't appear in your system. Does that make sense? Because a fictitious email isn't going to work anyway, right? It's just going to clog up your autoresponder and make it more, it's going to make it harder for you to deliver emails. So hopefully that answered your question. Kind of give you a better idea. But usually if you have whatever you're doing in advertising, if you're not getting opt-ins, your capture page isn't doing it for you. And one of the things I'm starting to find is that when you do an ad, whether it's Facebook, and I primarily advertise on Facebook, but in Facebook, banner ads, anything like that, when someone clicks on whatever the ad is and they instantly land on something like this. Now this, granted, this does have, some good information in it, but it immediately says, hey, before we really share anything of value with you, we want your email address. All right. Same thing happened here, but it was a little bit different because, one, I'm telling them I'm giving them this little free ebook. Now, you guys have heard of PLRs. Raise your hand if you've heard of what's called a PLR, private label right. Okay, about 25% of you have heard of it. Private label right means someone has written maybe, let's say, an ebook, but they're giving you the licensing rights to brand it to yourself as if you wrote it. You can buy those things online. I use one called Master Resale Rights. Don't go to the monthly ones where you have to pay an exorbitant amount each month. Yes, it's much newer material, but you know what? That's not the whole purpose of it. The purpose of it is just to get people to give you their email. The book value-wise, it's not, it gives them some value, but it's not going to give them everything. But perceived value, oh, cool, I want that ebook. Yeah, I'll give you my email address. And you can buy those things for like $1.25 up to $5 for a PLR. And you can give it away. You can tear it apart. You can turn around and sell it if you wanted to. You buy it for $5, you could sell it for $17 100 times over. You see what I'm saying? So you can put a perceived value on it. You can use it as a bonus. Hey, I normally sell this for $27, but I'm giving it to you, so I'm giving you a $27 value. All right, I have like 30 PLRs that I use because I don't have time to write ebooks. Okay, you see what I'm saying? There are tools out there that you can use, so you can entice someone with an ebook, and based on marketing or something, they come in, they log in, they go to then your page, which you have more information, kind of your bridge page. You're introducing them to Digital Altitude, you're kind of bringing them through, and then they click on the button and they end up on the video sales letter if you don't have one of your own. If you had one of your own, or if we could, I'd have to find out sometime if we can get access to this. But if I had this of my own, I would actually be putting that video right here. And then I would make this page longer with basically all the same content that this has on it. I would be putting all of this content on there. I would just make my own video sales letter utilizing this content. Okay? But right now, we don't have this video available to us. In OSP, Vincent has it on his YouTube channel. You can download it. But I haven't found it anywhere here for Digital Altitude. That we could make our own video sales page. But it may be a feature that they may add. I don't know. But right now it's not available. So hopefully, Isaac, that answered your question. So, okay. Roman, I tell you what, since banner ads really isn't the topic of tonight, just go into the back office and look for my banner ad webinar and watch that webinar, and it'll talk to you all about banner ads. Okay. So good, good. I'm glad you like that. So guys, let me know. Did you get some value out of this? Because we're at 1 hour and 32 minutes, and I am like dead dog tired. I gotta go and take some more cold medicine and sleep like a baby. Let's see, Allison here. I've tried to look at like audience, and I always get a message saying my source isn't big enough. Okay, so Allison, what size of, Allison, are you willing to talk to me? Raise your hand, Allison, if you're willing to talk to me. Or if you want to, all right, there we go, Allison, way to be. See, You are now on your first webinar. All right, so Allison, you've tried a lookalike audience. What size of audience were you sending over?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay. Well, it was my my Facebook audience, which is about 500.
Okay, so it was your Facebook audience, and they said your audience was too small?
Yes, it kept saying my source audience isn't big enough.
That is odd. Because I mean, I've sent audiences over that are at 100. So that's really odd. Now, did you make them into a custom audience first and then request a lookalike audience?
Maybe I don't know, you know, I can't remember. I just remember, you know, trying to fiddle through the lookalike audience.
Yeah, try uploading them first into a custom audience, and then take the custom audience and tell Facebook you want a lookalike audience.
Okay, I'll try that.
All right, and Facebook has gotten a lot better on their tutorials. So if you go into the, let's see here, let me go here. If you go into the back of Facebook here and you go to their help menus, they have gotten 10 times better at having topics that, you know, you can, you know, frequently asked questions and so on. You can go right to the help center and type in your question, so you can, you know, you can talk about lookalike audiences. So what are lookalike audiences? How can I create a lookalike audience? Or who can create one, and then how can I create one? So just bring that information up, and it's amazing what you can find. So many people underuse their help center, and their help center, I'll tell you, a year ago sucked. It was terrible. It was the most user-friendly system on the planet. For as sophisticated as Facebook was year and a half ago, it was miserable to try to find out anything. Now they must have gotten someone new in and said, guys, we need to revamp this. You know, we're supposed to be friendly to people here, and we make it so unfriendly. And I think that's why some people got bad taste in their mouth on Facebook. But Facebook has improved immensely, so go and do some searching first. And if you have any problems with it, Allison, you copy down my email address. Go through this research first, okay? Do your due diligence. If you still can't get it to work, contact me, email me, and I will do everything I can to help you figure it out. Okay?
Okay, that's great. I'll make sure to look there. Thanks, Russell.
Perfect. Make sure you copy down my email address. All right.
I've got it.
All right. Perfect. All right. I'm going to mute you here real quick. Thank you very much, Allison. All right. So, are the 100 subscribers? Let's see here. Are the 100 subscribers has to be buyers, or could they just be leads? Well, they could be leads, Aid, but I would really recommend, you know, trying to go with buyers. But if you don't have the 100 buyers yet, you know, then go with the leads. See what you can do, okay? But I think if you did something like the 22 social here, I think your lead quality would go up immensely. Because you got to remember too, I took now I do this with my own AWeber list. I have about 5,000 people. So I consistently go in and I build new custom audiences, because again, if they're a lead, I want to keep putting ads in front of them. And not everyone uses the same email address. So I may turn in a 5,000 names or emails to Facebook, and Facebook may come back with 2,500 people on an audience. Because what they're going to do, they're going to take all those 5,000 email addresses and they're going to search for those email addresses on Facebook. And they're going to weed out anybody that's not on Facebook, they get rid of. So they're going to whittle down your list to whoever is on Facebook with that email address. And so it will make your list smaller when you go in. But again, if you're bringing in a Facebook list, that's a Facebook list. So that should be all Facebook people. But hopefully that answered your question, Aid. Okay, let's see here. Can we use this webinar? I'm not sure what you are talking about. Guillermo Chavez, I'm not sure what exactly you're talking about. If you mean you want to air this webinar on your page, I would prefer you not do that. But you contact me, and I will see about maybe we can work a deal, and I'll I'll help you do a webinar. So, just email me and we'll see what we can do. Let's see here. You can only use it with Facebook. Yes, this only works with Facebook. But again, you can use podcasts, etc. So you can use the stuff from outside, but it is internal in Facebook. It's the advantage of of being able to have a page within your business page or fan page without having to have your own domain and without having to have your own website, okay, or software to build your own pages or anything like that. It's not bad. Okay, so pricing. Let's see here. Let me see trying to see what the pricing is again on 22 Social here. Let's see. That's view and billing. Let's see if I can find it here. I think it's like $29 a month, and that gives me up to 3 apps, I believe. They have several different versions. I've got like the pro version, so I can do like 100 apps, which means I can do them on different people's pages, or my own pages, etc. But again, that's apps at one time. So you can have, let's see here. Let's see if it has it here. I know you can try it for free. They have great videos. I actually did a webinar with these guys, with one of the creators of 22 Social, and it is it is amazing. These guys are great on how they do it. But you can do a download your free trial. Let's see here if it gives any kind of pricing. Photos, events, posts. They have all their live training and so on. They have an app demo. Let's see if it shows. Maybe at free trial. Let me see if this shows. See, they even use their own app to make this work, and they make gangbusters off of this thing. And like I said, these guys are young, and they're always coming up with something new to add to it. And the nice thing about it, it's not that, hey, we added a new feature, now you got to go and buy it. It's just that they've added a new feature, and now I'm not sure if this is going to work right for me because it is because I'm already here. Yeah, see, so it says I already have an account with them. So so let's see here. Let me give you guys. I'm going to give you guys a link here to use. You guys can go here. You can check it out and see what you think of it. Let's see if it works on. If I go here to this, it goes to the same place. Okay, so it'll let you do a 20 or 30-day trial. So let me shut that one down. I'm going to post this here in the chat and in the question area. So if you guys are interested, or email me and you can get that. But if you're interested, you can go take a look at it from there. So so I believe it's like 20 for the entry level. It's like 29, 30 bucks a month, something like that. And again, that gives you 3 apps that you can utilize on your page. You can make more than 3 apps, but you can only have 3 active apps working. So so that's the only thing that you have to be able to be aware of. And again, there are bigger features and aren't that much more expensive. But I definitely would start out, try it out for 30 days. You got nothing to lose. In 30 days, if you decide, hey, you don't want it, I'm a big fan of trying something out for 30 days. That way, then I can take it for a test drive. I can see if it works, and if it doesn't, you know what? Then I get rid of it. I don't. I make sure they don't bill me, and I'm done. And then I move on to the next thing. But if something works really well, hey, jump on it. Okay. All right. So here's someone from Isaac. Got lots of leads from the Tiptoe package. I was wondering if I could use autoresponder in order to, if I need to use the autoresponder in order for my leads to be followed up. Yeah, I mean, Isaac, if you want to download those leads you got in the back office, download them to your autoresponder. Send them through a series of your emails. And they were leads. They've probably seen some of those emails before, but if you personalize them, you got nothing to lose. I mean, if they didn't end up buying, they may not end up buying still, but what do you got to lose? A little bit of time, load them up into your autoresponder, send them through a follow-up series, make sure you personalize it so they know who you are, and see if you can get something out of it. Squeeze everything you can out of them. Does this work on Instagram? No, it does not work on Instagram. Again, Instagram is not the right kind of platform, but you can advertise this link on Instagram, because remember, guys, Facebook owns Instagram. So you could, instead of, because I know how Instagram works, it's all visual, mainly visual and some small comments and so on. But, the key is driving people over to your profile, which is where you usually have like your affiliate link or whatever. So what you could do is put your link in there directly to the page that, one, is going to capture them as a lead, two, is going to show them what you have to offer. So you could utilize it in that sense, and Facebook would love it, because again, they like things inside Facebook. All right, so hopefully that helps you out there. If you use Facebook fan page, sign up button linked to DA sales page, is it too aggressive or user unfriendly? So what you're saying is, on this button here, if you just sent people straight to the video sales letter, yeah, I mean, you can. The thing about it, though, Mr. Chavez, is that, I'm not sure how to pronounce your first name, and I don't want to butcher it, is that, anytime you send someone, a cold audience, directly to a sales page, and you haven't collected their information, you're possibly leaving business at the table, because you have no way of following up with them. If I strayed upon your page and I clicked on the call to action button and I went directly to the video sales letter, and I decided, nah, I'm not ready right now, I would have to go and find your page again to click on it to then sign up. You always want people going to some sort of a capture page. You want to capture their lead information so you can follow up with them. It's just sometimes, so if anything, I guess I would put the capture page in the button, put on there watch free video, put the capture page, and then the capture page goes to the video, something like that. Not sure how well that'll work, because that's what Isaac is doing right now, and he's not getting many leads because they're not thrilled with the capture page right up front. But this, again, remember, does not look like a capture page, does it? So I'm offering them something of value. They click on the button. It says, hey, confirm your email. They don't even have to put in their email. Just confirm it. Boom, done. And now they're looking at what I have to offer. Okay, so that may be something to be able to do. The capture page link is only used if you're needing to build an email list. Is that correct? Yeah, the capture page is for a cold audience. The purpose of a capture page, or any kind of page collecting information, is for cold audiences, people you do not know how to contact, so that you can then turn around and add them to a follow-up series. You can re-engage with them and so on. If they didn't buy right away, you have another way of getting a hold of them. Okay? Isaac, I went to the MME Vegas 2 weeks, told that as a RISE member that the ticket to the MME will be refunded. Isaac, that's not a question here for the webinar. That would be a question for support. So get a hold of support. Okay, great. Let's see here. All right, good. So people like this. Good. All right. All right, great. Thank you. I appreciate that. So hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. Where can you find buyer leads? Some solo ad providers will sell you what they call buyer leads. I don't know any 100% way to tell you, and just because they're buyer leads, it just means that they're off of a buyer's list, means they bought something before. Still doesn't guarantee that they're going to buy something from you. Okay, so you're just going to pay a lot more for buyer leads. Hot and cold on whether I like going that way or not. If I truly know the provider or something, then that'd be one thing. If I get a personal reference to that provider, that'd be one thing, but I'm not going to pay $1.50 for a buyer's list, because it's still not guaranteeing they're going to be a buyer. Okay, my chances would probably be just as good if I just send it to their general list and see what happens. So that's purely up to you. If you did that, do it small and test it out first. Don't go big. Okay. Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, you can do a slide presentation and talk about the video. That is fine. That's perfect, Mr. Chavez. That would be perfect. So that could become your bridge here in the main content window. Instead of having this video, you could do a slideshow, talk about the product, and then again have one call to action button that will take them, maybe here have some bullet points about the value of the product, and then you're introducing the video to them. Click on the button to see the video. Boom, they go over, they see the video, and now it's up to the video on whether they sell them or not. So good idea there. That'll work. Okay, so it's 3. All right, thank you, Lou. Lou just found out, because again I couldn't get into it. It's $29 a month, and that's for 15 apps per page, and you get up to 3 fan pages per account. So there was where the 3 came from. So it's 15 apps. So you could make 15 of these pages in one fan page or business page, and you can have up to 3 business pages to do it. See what I'm saying? I mean, if you're short on money, boy, joint venture with someone, get a couple of you guys together. If you have people on your team or whatever, get a couple of people together and split the cost. Just buy it for the whole year. Everybody splits the cost, and then you could divide it up over 3 different fan pages if you wanted to. I mean, think outside the box, and it makes things work for you. Okay, thank you very much, Lou. I greatly appreciate you finding that for me. Let's see here. All right, very good. Okay, so guys, we are at 1 hour and 49 minutes. I did not think I was going to be able to go this long. So we're down to 18 people. A lot of people have left. I know some people it gets really late at night for. So any last minute questions? I am going to go ahead and end this. So let's see here. So Aid, can you have my squeeze page that will link to my DA sales page? Can I have my squeeze page? If you make a squeeze page, you should, I mean, depending on what platform you're building your squeeze page on, but yes, you should be able to link it to your Digital Altitude sales page. So hopefully that helps you. If you need more detail, Aid, just email me and I can find that out for you. Okay, so let's see here. This is my favorite fan phrase I was talking about. All right, do me a favor, Yarmo, is send me an email with that link, and I'll take a look at your fan page and give you some suggestions. Okay, so send me that link in an email. Send it to rarmstrong@digitalaltitude.co. Okay, so copy that down, send it to me, and I'll give you some suggestions. Okay. Thanks, Darla. Definitely, it's going to be a NyQuil night tonight. My wife hates it because I snore very loud, but it's like, oh well, I sleep, so it doesn't bother me. Let's see, I understand that a personal business responsible for every action. I want to sound lazy because I'm interested in learning exactly what to do, where to go, what to write, or what to say. It is possible to hire someone to create our ads for us while training. Yeah, there are people out there that you can hire. Oscar, you can hire a freelancer. You can hire different companies to do the work for you. Again, it gets expensive because you're not only doing the ad spend, and you're paying for the services as well. So, but yes, there are companies out there, there are individuals out there that you can hire to do this stuff for you. So just start doing some Google searches and you can find people to do it. I mean, because I run an ad agency, I don't market for marketers, and I definitely don't market for DA marketers because that'd be a huge conflict of interest. But I have an ad agency on Facebook that I advertise for a lot of brick and mortar for doctors, well, not doctors as much as dentists, other practitioners, bars, restaurants, chiropractors, massage therapists, and so on. It's literally what we do daily. Is we run people's Facebook campaigns and so on. Some of them we build their pages, we maintain their pages and stuff, but people pay a pretty penny for that. So there are services out there, there are people out there that you can hire. I think Digital Altitude even is trying to create some packages that, a kind of a done-for-you system. You may want to contact support. I don't think those have come out yet, but if they see enough interest, I have a feeling they probably would, create programs. But again, it will be pricey because it's done for you. Everything is done for you. Anytime that you're paying someone else to do a service, then obviously you're going to pay not only their time, but you're going to pay for ad spend on top of that. So hopefully that helped you out, Oscar. Do you offer a time limit? Yes, you got to put a time limit on any kind of contest that you run, Jason. And so you can either use countdown clocks, etc. But you definitely want to have a time limit on it, otherwise it goes on forever. So, you could do 2 weeks, you can do, depending on your audience base, 2 weeks, a month, whatever. You could do, hey, I'm going to pick a couple random people throughout the month. So the month of November, you guys got to, I'm going to look at the people that like, comment, and share the most. Now, unless you want to sit there and read how many people like, commented, and shared the most, you can, or you can just tell everybody, hey, we're going to pick the people that do the like, commenting, and sharing the most. It's a great way to entice people, I guess it would be, to get your page out there to other people. So the person that likes, comments, and shares the most, and then just use your random pick. Or, you can look at who did like, comment, and share the most, and then you can pick the winner that way. But those are great ways. That's how I used to get images of shirts and stuff out there. Is you win a free shirt, the person with the most shares wins a free shirt. End of the month or the end of the week or however long I was running the contest, boy, there would be the winner. And guess what? I reached, 1,000 more people than I thought I was going to. And I didn't have to pay for it. So, yeah, you can do contests like that. It works really, really well. Does DA have this? No, Oscar, right at the moment, I don't think they do, but you can ask support. I know they've talked about it, creating something like that. So, guys, it looks like I'm done with the questions. We're down to 18 people. Thank you very much for being faithful and hanging in there. Do remember, let me bring this slide again. If you are interested in the recording of this or want to get any more information on what I discussed tonight, just email me at rarmstrong@digitalaltitude.co. and I will get that information out to you, the recording, any past recordings. However, the past recordings now are on your Digital Altitude. They are going to be under TV, and then they are going to be under training calls. So all of those recordings now, Alan the other day loaded those up there because I've just been too busy to get them up there. But all of those trainings are up there. It shows who the host was, who the co-host was, and so on. So you can go through that information. And there's some great training in there. I mean, there's a wealth of information in there. Just don't go overload on it, but just get in there and start looking at stuff. So, Patricia, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here, and have yourself a wonderful evening or day or whatever time it is for you. And Jason, thank you very much. You have a good evening. It was great talking to you today. And guys, I'll say hasta la vista, and you have a good evening, and I will see you on the next webinar. So until then, good night.